Are you settling for toll-free numbers because you think that they're going to be easier to get approved, you won't get shut down by the carriers, or that the throughput is going to be higher? Hi, my name is Will Craig. I'm a co-founder of a company called Signal House. We are a messaging provider that specializes in 10DLC or 10-digit long code application to person or A2P messaging. And in this video, I'm going to debunk those 3 myths about toll-free and tell you why 10DLC long code is the channel for you, and while Signal House is the messaging provider that will power that. We're going to dive into the issues with toll-free, and I'm going to tell you why hundreds of customers have ditched their toll-free number. They've left Twilio, they've left Bandwidth, they've left Vonage, they've left all these legacy carriers, and they trust Signal House with tens of millions of messages per day of their traffic. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. And before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's talk a little bit about what a toll-free number really is. So it's a 10-digit number, but the first 3 digits are 888, 866, 877, etc. It does not correspond to an area code within the United States like a 10-digit long code or 10DLC number would. So now that we know what a toll-free number is, let's talk about the 3 big issues with toll-free. Now, the first is that yes, they can be easier to obtain than a 10DLC number, especially if it's not a verified toll-free number. But I'll let you in on a little secret. With Signal House, you're going to be able to get it approved in just a couple clicks. It's going to take less than 48 hours for your 10DLC A2P registration to get approved. And we have a 99, actually over 99% first time approval rating. But we will get to that in a little bit. What you need to know is that what comes easy can also be taken away easily. And why is that? So Twilio owns the toll-free network. They acquired a company called ZipWhip a couple years ago, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, and they own the toll-free network. So with 10DLC, if you have a bad actor that is utilizing your system, if you're a platform, a CRM, and you have a bad actor, you're going to get a warning. The user themselves is going to get a warning in the form of a timeout or a carrier flag, where some of their messages just won't get delivered for a certain amount of time. This could be a couple days, can increase to a week, to a month, etc. Maybe that phone number completely gets shut down from a specific carrier. You then get another phone number, you add it to that campaign, and if your bad habits continue to happen, that campaign can get shut down all the way up to your EIN getting blocked on the 10DLC channel. Now, I very rarely see this happen, and I want to say that. I very rarely see this happen. I have over 25,000 campaigns that I personally oversaw being approved on 10DLC network in the last decade. And with all of those that I've seen get approved, I've only ever seen one get shut down. And let me tell you, it deserved to get shut down. So if you are following the rules, if you're playing by the rule book, you most likely are not going to have an issue on the 10DLC network. Now let's talk about toll-free. Toll-free, in contrast, is just a ticking time bomb, because it is not if, it is when your toll-free number is going to get shut down if you are playing any afoul of the rules or regulations in any kind of way, shape, or form. Forget to put an opt-out on it, someone complains, boom, you are shut down. It's because Twilio is ultra conservative and they don't play any games when it comes to traffic on their network, and good for them. So at any given time, your toll-free number can get shut down, and the appeal process to get it unblocked is substantially difficult and challenging, especially if you don't specifically know the ins and outs of what to say, what to request, who to contact, etc. So your business gets essentially shut down for a long period of time. Now let's talk about number 2. Toll-free numbers have exceptionally poor response rates. Remember, those first 3 digits do not correspond to an area code. It is a national number. And with a national number, half the people you send it to literally will not know that they are able to respond to it. If you get an 888 number that texts you, you generally think that it's a notification of some kind. It's not a conversational message. And because of that, response rates are not super high. And if you're not using a dedicated link shortener, like the one that we have at Signal House, that makes sure your links do not get flagged and they always deliver, and also shows you your open and click-through rates, if you don't have something like that, if you have low response rates, you're never going to know how your messaging campaign is actually performing. And that is a massive issue if you are using a toll-free number. 10DLC, on the other hand, is ultra personalized. People feel like it is someone in their community who is reaching out to them. And they're also much more prone to respond when it is a local number that they know and that they trust. It's building trust, and trust is the currency with which business deals are done. So I'm telling you, you're going to get much higher response rates with a 10DLC number. Now let's talk about the third thing. If you don't go through a substantially high level of verification with a toll-free number, your throughput is going to be substantially lower than it would be with a 10DLC number. Now, this might be blowing your mind right now. You might be like, are you kidding me? I thought toll-free always had higher throughput. And the answer is no. A basic toll-free number is going to have 3 messages per second. So do the math, 60 seconds in a minute. You're looking at 180 text messages in total that you are able to send out per minute. Now, on a standard 10DLC campaign that you have not gone through standard vetting, you've not done anything to increase your throughput, you're going to be able to send 240 SMS segments per minute on AT&T, 150 MMS messages per minute on AT&T, and 2,000 total daily messages on T-Mobile. And these can be sent at any time. So if you have a blast that you need to go out in 5 minutes, you can send it. T-Mobile is going to deliver with a 10DLC. And with 10DLC, all you have to do is go through a very easy standard vetting process to increase that throughput up to 200,000 daily segments with T-Mobile, 4,500 segments per minute with AT&T on the SMS channel, and 2,400 MMS messages per minute with AT&T. Now just think about how high a volume that is. 4,500 messages per minute with AT&T. That is a lot of messages that you can send out per hour on a single phone number on the 10DLC channel. I'm telling you, the throughput is better, the delivery is better, and the personalization is better with a 10DLC. So what is the answer then? The answer is 10DLC, but not 10DLC on Twilio or Vonage or any of these other legacy platforms. The answer is 10DLC on Signal House, and I am so excited to show you just how easy it is to get your brand and campaign submitted in 3 easy steps. Submit a brand, submit a campaign, choose a number. 48 hours later, you are sending out traffic. So let's show you exactly how that works. So the first thing that I want you to see is our dashboard. This is different than Twilio. It's different than Bandwidth. It's different than Vonage. We're showing you the data that you want to see at your fingertips. I know that I'm showing you how to submit a brand campaign and choose a phone number, but I always have to sidetrack in what I think is the most important component of Signal House, and that is the data visibility and transparency that we offer you. Again, the proof is in the pudding here. We have 95% delivery rate, 40% response rate, and our campaigns are getting approved substantially quickly. If I want to dig into those metrics and understand them a little bit more, I can click on our analytics, which loads instantly. You can see all of the metrics by date, by number, and by carrier to know exactly how you're doing. Oh, you want to see the actual messages in the logs? You can see them right here. And that is our Signal House branded short link that has not been clicked. But if that link is clicked for whatever reason, that is going to change to yes, and your click-through rate here is going to increase. You want to see your opt-out rate, you want to see your non-opt-out response rate. All of that is very easily visualized right here. Now, let's get to the meat of what we're talking about today, and that is the process by which you can get a campaign approved quickly. So first, what I'm going to do here is I am just going to select one of my subgroups. So for me, I'm just going to select this subgroup here. Subgroups in our system are analogous to sub-accounts in Twilio. So we make it very easy and seamless for you to switch. So I'm going to put in my legal company name. Once I do, you're going to see that this is going to pop up at the bottom right here. We're going to get to it in a second, but this is the bread and butter of what makes us so very special. So what type of organization? We're going to put in our country. I'm just going to type in a random number for my EIN, pop in an address right here. Vertical type, we can put this right here. And then now we're going to do, and let me just pop in a number right here. And so now we're going to do what's so special about Signal House. So I can say right here, Signal House LLC is a messaging provider. So I already have that typed out. I'm just going to click on it right here. Now I just have to grab a logo from my computer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one here. It is cropped perfectly fine for me. I'm going to click next. And just in a snap of a finger, this is going to create for me a fully compliant branded 10DLC landing page. And if you put anything in that webhook information there, any lead that comes in here and puts in their information is going to get sent directly to your system. It's compliance made easy. So I'm going to go through here. I'm going to click submit. It's going to update everything for me. I'm going to click submit and it's going to create that brand. Now, this is obviously a fake EIN. I'm not going to actually run this one. It's going to take 2 to 3 minutes to get your brand vetted. I promise you that is very bog standard with any messaging provider in the space. So let's say that I did submit that and now I want to go ahead and create myself a campaign. So what I'm going to do here is I am just going to grab the brand that I just created. So we'll pretend that that's the brand that I just created. I'm going to choose my campaign type. I am a high volume customer sending a lot of messages and I want that throughput. So I'm going to click standard. I'm going to go customer care and marketing. These are the 2 most common use cases. If you're doing any kind of marketing, always put marketing down. If you put customer care and marketing, it's going to cover 99.9% of any of your messages. I'm not direct lending and this is not shaft messaging. Now I am in another piece of Signal House that I think is so incredibly valuable for our users, and that's that we template out all of this. We have worked with our carrier partners to get you the perfect campaign submission, and that's why we have over a 99% first-time approval rating for these. So I'm going to scroll down here. I see that everything looks good because of course it does. I'm going to select a phone number. I'm going to come down here and click submit. Now, after I do that, the Signal House team, as you can see, it's under Signal House review. You can ignore these. These are all test campaigns that we submitted. But our team is going to come in. They are going to review this and approve it instantly. It's just a quality assurance test. And then it's going to get sent upstream. In 48 hours, you are going to be sending traffic. And again, more traffic or higher volume traffic than you are able to send on toll free. And it's going to be so much simpler for you to get up and running, and you're going to have high response rates. So if you want to learn more about Signal House, please visit our website at signalhouse.io. Reach out to sales@signalhouse.io. We would love to help you make that migration from Twilio, from Telnyx, from Vonage, from Bandwidth, any of these legacy systems. Come to us and try the new way at Signal House.